All right, so we
Oh,
are
yep,
hopping
we are.
into game now, and let's get to this action.
Yeah, so my eyes usually at the beginning of games going to be on the jungler to kind of see where he's pathing. None of these lane matchups look to me explosive enough for anything to happen crazy early, except for that Lucian Pantheon. So that is the focus of early game to me. Top
Seeing what
lane,
they can do in the bot lane and scale
exactly.
off of their any leads that they can obtain.
Yeah, definitely. So we might see Jarvan look to give that lane some attention here, as we see blue team invading a bit here, dropping a ward, which will survive for now, getting tabs on that blue buff. And we already see that ward. It's not much, but it is vision in the bot half of the quadrant. I think this is something we're going to see more of. You need to play to this Lucian Pantheon to get them ahead, to get the most value out of the picks.
Yeah, we do see a pretty standard 5-point defense here, trying to get vision down. I think we do see wards down from both teams to defend the entrances to their jungle.
Yeah, and you see both jungles starting on bot side here, so mirrored in that respect. Jarvan, you know he wants to take a look at his own bot lane early, but his red start suggests he might be pathing towards the top side. He could look for a level 2 gank bot. Or are they having Pantheon cheese the brush so they can give Jarvan red level 1 and then he gets level 2 and goes straight into a gank? Something like that could pan out. We could also see Jarvan visit mid lane early, but my eyes are on that champion for now, and also on bot lane in general. Top lane here, Aatrox should win it out in most respects, but if Ornn is just kind of letting the wave come to him, he's perfectly happy with that. A lot of his job is giving super items to champions like KSU and just making them that much more scary. So we see blue side Kensei here with full bot lane prio, as to be expected. And we see Jarvan invading the blue side quadrant for York already. And it appears Set got his blue and Gromp, but is chased off of his wolves, and Jarvan won't get the wolves. So Jarvan not getting a camp for that invade, but will force Set onto the top half of the map, where Kent State has information of that and can play accordingly.
And bot lane does know that Set is now in the topside jungle. They play a little more aggressive. They're shoving up to the tower, applying that pressure on them. We'll see what the Set's going to do here now. It looks like maybe he's heading into the river, hang out near Scuttle, maybe check out mid, try and get some vision on this Jarvan. He probably assumes Jarvan is now in his blue side jungle. So,
yeah, they could think that. Either way, the Lucian Pantheon duo gonna be the aggressors there. Get a nice chunk on a Janna, but it looks like they're gonna just be able to sustain that lane out with the fleet here on Jhin. I think he's perfectly fine, but a couple pots blown there, so let's see how that lane plays out. Top kind of going as expected. Like I was saying, Ornn's just gonna, let this wave come to him. It's really hard to solo kill an Ornn or dive, period. It's such a safe
it's hard to
take.
kill a solo kill an Aatrox as well for that Ornn.
Definitely.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be a somewhat stale matchup in the top lane. Playing for farm, playing for the team fight, unless we see some jungle pressure in those lanes.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. But we see the Jarvan, they kind of both miss their CC abilities there, so a bit of a wave high and by as they both retreat in their respective jungle quadrants. But with the top lane matchup, the fine line you're walking on is it's basically up to Aatrox. You need to stomp this lane, get free resets, use those resets to get vision, and it's on you. You can carry the game in this matchup. But once Ornn hits 6, you're a pretty free gank. As we see a 3v2 situation, Pantheon Sun comes in, followed up by the Jarvan EQ, will get flashed by Janna. The delivery man wanted to flash for that. Oh, he did flash.
Yeah,
so could not finish.
Unfortunately, we are going to see a flash from Lucian and a flash from the Jarvan coming out there, not picking up kills out of that. So let's see if the Set can, apply some pressure bot lane while those sums are down and see the way that this bot lane is now going to play that without the flash.
Yeah, you make a good point. As a jungler, you always want to visit the lane who blow the flashes. But in this situation, forcing onto the Lucian Pantheon is risky because if Jarvan is there, you don't want that 3v3 ever, especially when your Janna has blown her flash, because one Jarvan EQ or one Pantheon stun could mean death for Janna, and you're really just trying to survive in this bot lane matchup. for York, I would say. And we see here, Chicken Delivery with the Flash Q auto passive will get first blood. If you are Moosinator, you need to see that coming, and you either preemptively flash and you flash for free, or you both flash and then you win out in that scenario. But if you do nothing, Aatrox will flash auto you, and first blood here, Aatrox can take the game away with this one.
Yeah, I think going down there without using the flash, a little bit of a fumble.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have not given up that first blood, but first blood going over to York.
Yeah, definitely. You got to read that as a possible play. It's the mind games that you have when you have these animations that kind of leave you suspended in the air where you can flash at the end of them, like a Gragas belly slam. Another one we commonly see. The Gragas will go at the enemy, let's say AD, force their flash, and then he can hold his, or if they misplay like that, he can flash on top of them and close the gap. So, yeah, really well played by Chicken Delivery. We're really seeing why they picked Aatrox here into the tank. And, yeah, working out for them. Also, you see he's up 20 farm here.
We do see the set on the top side try, looking to maybe get a dive here. We'll see what happens after he gets this wave in.
Yeah, wave's in a bit of a tricky spot, and he's not hard shoving it. So set kind of hanging out here. It looks like the blue wave is actually going towards the red turret, especially if he clears this pink here. So set's still sitting in try. And maybe you're waiting for Jarvan to show up so they can kind of have tabs going on. Tabs on the Jarvan, give him more information. Like I said, it's up to you as Aatrox to stomp this lane. But once Ornn gets that ultimate, you're a pretty free gank. We see 2v1 here. Kent State looking at Ori. She will safely flash. Not safely, but preemptively flash.
Coming out immediately,
Exactly.
not even risking to give up that kill. Probably saw the Pantheon coming in. They did have wards near Dragon Pit, so she was ready for that.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
game.
And we see the blue wave going towards red turret with Chicken Delivery in full control. So if he wants to set a freeze here, it looks like that's what he's doing. So you see this blue wave. Ornn can't go hit those creeps without dealing with the Aatrox, so he will basically be sacking minions and just getting XP. As we see Jarvan coming in, ganking the flashless Janna. This is what they need to do. The EQ will miss, and I think Janna just walks out. Jin's perfectly fine. He can go for that 4th shot. It won't kill. Set.
Yeah, we do see a 3v3 here now.
Set flashless. But will E onto the Lucian, and I think this Lucian will go down. Nice Janna shield onto Jin as Pantheon goes on Jin. This is why the Janna pick was so genius. You neutralize that burst that you have to count on. We do see Ornn's Flash going down in the top lane, so great job by Chicken Delivery. And also a Scuffle mid. Well, Ori solo kill, really nice by Luigi Mesh as well, and would you look at that? York is up 4 kills to 0, and it looks like a 2.7k lead and Dragon to boot.
Yeah, now they're taking Dragon. They knew, okay, hey, those flashes are down bot. They tried to make a play. The team was right there, ready to respond. What a great fight coming out from York. It didn't look so good for them right in the beginning. As their third teammate showed up, they turned it around easily, took that fight. We got the solo kill mid, and the bot side group headed towards Dragon and secured that Mountain Drake.
Yeah, so pretty epic counter gank by Set, but I really got to say he kind of just ran into that counter gank, so you really got to question the engagement here from Kent State University. And again, I want to highlight the Pantheon Janna support matchup. I think it's a nightmare for Pantheon from this point on.
It's going to be really difficult for them to take leads. They're down on summer spells now. They have heals on cooldown for Lucian and the Ignite down on Pantheon. Everything but the exhaust up for the bot lane on the side of York. So we'll see if there's any more engagements going there.
Yeah, definitely pretty safe. But again, you are Jin, and you're going to be hitting 2 main tanks and Pantheon, who can soak a bit. But we see Jarvan engaging on the flashless Orianna. She should go down. They want to give the kill to Cassiopeia here. Straight Poner could carry this game with that. As we see Aatrox TP into a 5v1. I don't think now's the time you can 1v5 this, so Conrex will pick that kill up. And Chicken Delivery with a TP to his death. You hate to see that as a top laner. Not only are you using your insanely important spell, but yeah, let's take another look at that here. Unless the play extends, we will see Jin run down the Pantheon. He will flash Q and get that. And is this 2? Janna flashes and Lucian flashes, so they trade there. And we're going to go ahead take
so that's
another
all
look
sums
at
down
that.
in the bot lane now, except for Janna still has heal. But what a play. I mean, he knew that that Pantheon had that flash up. He flashed before the Pantheon could flash away, making sure that he got that guaranteed last auto and the Q to burst him down for that remainder of his health.
Yeah, definitely. So we could take another look here. Oh, maybe not. We'll try again there. All right. So, Kent State with a counterpunch here. They got a kill on Cassiopeia and also one on Pantheon, but Cassiopeia champion who, with this Ornn item upgrade, can 1v9 this game. As we see her, the Orianna face check Jarvan. Cassiopeia and Ornn both walking down. I think Ori's in a pretty tricky situation here. She needs to run to her Set and Aatrox before she gets gibbed. But eyes on Cassiopeia here. Set will dunk the Jarvan down and take that kill. Now we have a 3v2 chicken delivery looking to turn this fight. That chain will hit Cash. She'll come back and a double for Set. You don't like to see that.
Yeah,
that man is going to be running
getting
around.
away with just a tad bit of health left. What a turn for that fight. Retreating to her teammates, making sure she stays alive for the rest of the team to get into position. The Set ult comes down and just cleans up that what looked like to be a 3v1. Good job on the side of York.
Yeah, you said it. Orianna stalling out just long enough, running to her teammates who were there to back him up. And as soon as the Set Aatrox showed up, it was pretty much a done deal for Kent State. Let's see if we can... No.
So what do we see here for the side of York? What is the game plan to try and take this lead and close out this game?
Yeah, so if you're York, you're just rinse and repeating every Drake. Do not give a single one up, and don't throw your lead bot. These champions, the Jhin, the way he can set up for something like Set and Aatrox's teamfight prowess in comparison to Ornn, who's getting doubled in farm. If you need to bring Aatrox down to get the Drake, then you do that. But no matter what, you get 4 Drakes, and that's your win condition.
Yeah.
And you hope for a Infernal Soul. Cloud actually wouldn't be awful, but you want to hope for an Infernal or an Ocean or a Mountain Soul, ideally. If you get one of those, you're in pretty good shape. Another thing is, don't throw your bounties into the Cassiopeia, and you're probably okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do. We do have Dragon coming up soon. We'll see if the side of York, makes their way down there, being prepared for the drag and trying to close out, like you said, getting every single drag, not letting Kent get their hands on any. You don't want to give them any lead possible, especially with the way the team comps are set up. Like you said, if we let Kent go too far, pretty big meatballs that Jin's going to have to be looking to take down.
Yeah, what you don't want is a scenario where Ornn is sitting at 4 items and Jarvan's at 4 items and your Jhin needs to auto them like 12 times to get through them because Orianna not necessarily a tank burster either. So you want to close this game out in mid. As we see Flare Price flashing onto the Cassiopeia, trying to set up with his Ori, but he might just get this done solo. Not quite, will miss the W. Now has to ult. And, dives the turret and basically solos out the Cassiopeia. And man, is that not just the power of a 4-0 set? Or I should say 3-0 set.
And he was trying to hold the all, but we did see a little bit of a fancy footwork coming out from that Cassiopeia. Avoiding a few abilities there. He said, I got to get this done quick. Pull the ult out so he doesn't go down a tower.
Yeah, no regrets on having to use that ult there. As we see, hero dropped and executed rather quickly. But we see teams kind of lining up around Drake. York University definitely wanting to take this one. We see... Oh, yeah, okay. 4 members are here. Drake's already started. We're going to see a contest here as Jarvan EQ's in. Orianna Shockwave will miss. Jarvan all goes on to 2. This is where Lucian and Pantheon can display their early game prowess. We see Cassiopeia in kind of a heads-up 1v1 with Orianna as Delivery Man will take down the Jhin. You see Lucian in that isolated 1v1. He will actually win that out. But you know what? Chicken Delivery is here, and I think he wins the situation for York because he is so strong. And I think he takes this 2v1, possibly even 3v1, and wins it as he'll kite away and flash. He knows Ornn's on his way. I think in solo queue, Chicken Delivery would have gone all in for that. 1v3, but, respecting just the setting he's in, they're going to give one away to Kent State. Absolutely crucial contest by Kent State, putting it all on the table there to not let York have that 4 dragon win
Fire
condition.
Drake, too, is a good pickup for them, especially with the Lucian here. It's not working.
It could be me, but no.
So let's look at this. So the Aatrox is looking pretty strong right now. Granted, he's 1-1-1, but he does have almost double the farm as our Ornn up in the top lane. Let's take a look at some of these farm disparities. We have Orianna 129 to the 103 on Cassiopeia. So other than the top lane, everyone is fairly close. So we are seeing a pretty even farm, but there is a bit of a lane domination in the top lane. With the chicken delivery.
Yeah, and you expect Aatrox to win that out, but it could be much, much closer, I think, if things went a bit differently. But, as Ornn, your job here is to kind of soak damage, provide CC with your ult, and give your teammates those items so that they can scale into the game and turn the tides against York. So I can't really blame Moosinator too much other than the misplay on reading that flash play, but I would just give credit to Chicken Delivery for
we do see Chicken Delivery right now taking down the bot lane tower. So now it is 1-0 in the towers of York versus KSU. So
yeah, first tower going down at 1640. That's rather late for how
no more plating, correct? So there's no more plating, extra gold from armor platings on the tower.
Yes, plating goes down at 14 minutes, and we see a flash ulti engaged from the Cassiopeia on Orianna with the driving follow-up. Shockwave will land, so can Ori trade? No, she can't. 2v1 play with the Pantheon ulti coming out over top to take out the Orianna. Nice play by Kent State, but what do they lose in return? They don't have the wave clear here with just Delivery Man. They give up mid. I like
Delivery Man has to play
aggressiveness.
back there because as they're taking the tower, we did see the pressure coming from Aatrox out of the bottom side jungle and, pushing him off there. He had to back up, otherwise he was probably going down along with the tower.
Yeah, definitely nice cross-map play here for York. Understanding that, okay, they're going to send 3 for our Orianna. What can we get with that? We can get mid lane turrets, so they go ahead and trade that. I kind of don't mind that play from either team. I think if you're Kent, you should be aggressive and be looking for picks like that. At the same time, for York, nice job returning with the tower.
We did see a little bit of a scuffle going on down in the bot lane. Aatrox getting a lot of damage out on Moosinator here. So
Eyes on Pantheon here with his Swifty boots.
the Swifty boots.
The Swifties. Swifties got a buff, a patch or two go. They're lightweight meta, kind of. With Pantheon, it's nice because you can run past minions and fights that are going on without getting your Mobies tagged off. And I like Swifties when enemy team comp has a lot of slows and not a lot of hard CC. You see knockups from Ornn and Jarvan. Hard CC from Cass and Pantheon, but still, Swifties not the worst choice for the Pantheon here. We'll see if he has the opportunity to just speed race somebody down as we see Jhin Flash getting taken from just the bot lane duo in mid lane. Just a bit out of position here by Laser King to have to flash there.
Yeah, I think so, because now if we look into the future a little bit, we're going to have objectives up, and we're going to be waiting till about 22 minutes or 23 minutes for that flash to come back up. If the dragon comes up, or if they decide to go for Hail, he is going to be at a disadvantage. We do have flashes up on Jarvan, Ornn, and Lucian on the side of Kent State. So
we see a one-on-one from both mid laners. The Shockwave will go down, and she gets health advantage on the Cassiopeia, but Cass could... No, it will not lifesteal turn this at all. Set flashing rather unnecessarily, but all in all, a 1-for-0 for York.
Practically a 1v1 we saw up there. It did look like it was going to be a 2v2, but Cassiopeia going down pretty quick to Ori there.
Not at all. No, I keep trying. So you make a great point with that Jhin Flash, and we talked about it earlier. If Jhin Flash is down, Jarvan can close the gap about a whole screen if he needs to flash to get that Cataclysm down, and you know who's going to be waiting for that is Pantheon with his R button. He'll drop that over top. hit him with a stun, and if Cassiopeia can slither on over by then, or
We do
if
see a
Lucian,
collapse here on Aatrox.
yep, Ornn ulti comes out. It's a 4v1 on the Aatrox. There's no way he outplays this. He almost outplayed me with that one. Flashes over the wall, but still goes down. Shutdown going down to the delivery man, and I see Life from Kent State getting a pick on the Aatrox before third Drake comes up. That's
so
massive.
Now this is going to be a 4v5 at the Drake here.
5v5. As you say that, we see a TP coming in. We talked about earlier, these dragons are crucial for both teams in so many respects. So we see a front-to-back situation. Remember, we talked about Set will slam your frontliner into your backliner. Shockwave will only hit Cassiopeia, but it's not the worst. She will kite back with her Seraph shield. And as Set goes in to follow up that Shockwave, he goes down. Flash burn by Ornn to escape the follow-up from Jhin. And I think this is about a neutral situation here.
Yeah,
health bar is higher for
too
York.
bad for the side of York. They put down a lot of damage. They're stalling out for Aatrox to get back to the Dragon Pit, maybe to look for that Dragon play. They're thinking the same thing we are. Do not let Kent get this Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. And Orianna might have a hard time walking through this choke with Pantheon kind of flirting with her there. And also the Miasma going down. So as she is zoned, the smite will go to blue team. That's Kent State. As the fight will happen after another TP in. I don't like that Ornn TP here. He might just go down for free. I think you just take Drake and run. Luigi Mesh getting the kill, sort of handed to him. So we have a 2-for-0 for York, but KSU getting that third
Yeah, so
Drake.
they get the Dragon, but we do see Luigi and Laser King picking up kills. Going for the reset. It does look like maybe they're trying to get some vision towards the top side, apply a little pressure mid, but maybe now we're looking at just a reset.
Yeah, so both teams sort of on reset. If you're red team, you're getting waves out right now as blue team is leaving base. And we see Orianna in the 2-item completion here with the bounty on her head. Orianna is a champion that she's so versatile because she can play... Oh, Pantheon all in the mid lane. Flashless Jhin goes down pretty easily. And
Yeah,
we see
surprising that play works. We did see Laser King on the red ward right here. So they did know he was on his way. I don't think they expected the Pantheon ult though, and it was just too late for Jhin there.
Yeah, and Laser King, you can't walk that far up in mid lane as a marksman, especially when you're immobile and you have no self-peel. So lesson kind of learned. In the mid lane, you got to let those waves come to you, or you need to have your homies with you to back you up in case Pantheon comes flying out of the sky. You are just Jhin right now. But Jhin does get insanely fast at like 3 items, and that's kind of his self-heal. Is like he'll shoot you and just like sprint away. And some champs it's like hard to stick on him.
We do see maybe, will she get this tower? No, she's going to have to back off because Aatrox is pulling up.
Yeah, so we see a lane assignments coming out here. Cassiopeia in the bot lane with Aatrox. I'm not sure which team that would be ideal for, but Baron is sort of the play right now. But since it's 23 minutes, I want to say fourth Drake is kind of on the back of everyone's head. As we see a 1v1 play out here, Aatrox will ulti. I think Aatrox wins this out with the healing, but if Cassiopeia kites it
if she plays
correctly,
it
as she will, last tag on the Q, but Aatrox has the potential to turn with his healing as his third Q will get soaked by Seraph so that Cassiopeia can kite it out and win it.
What a play. What a turnaround. Those are the kind of plays we'd like to see.
Straight pwn with that Seraph soaking the third Q damage. That was really great. As we see a bit of a scuffle on the top side here. Set is just a one-man unit right now, dunking the Pantheon onto the Jarvan. With the Orianna ball on him, we'll get 2, and Set will get both of these champions down. So York University's Flare Pyre.
We see the Proto Bell coming
massive.
out. Or the GLP getting the slow, and it's going to be enough to get Laser King slowed. The rest of the team catches up, and he's going to go down.
Wow. So
now are they looking for the Baron? I think they're going to take the Baron here.
Yeah, their Baron damage is not the best, but when you have 4 down, it's a pretty free look, and now we have Aatrox coming in.
We do only have 3 down. Ornn in the top lane, Cass in the mid lane. They could pull up, but I think they're not even going to make the attempt. Baron's going to go over to the side of York right here.
Yep, you said it. No contest, free Baron for York, and they can chain that into a few Drakes, but if I'm York, I'm actually probably looking for turrets with this, and I'll take Drake, and that's fine and dandy, but I want to start looking to break the base if I'm York with my really potent 5v5 and scaling Orianna Janna comp, which you don't hear that very often.
Yeah, right. We did see what we were talking about earlier, though. The set all with the Ori ball on him, ends up getting a 2-man all
Yeah.
and kind of cleaning up that fight in a way. Maybe they would have been able to pull something out there, at least an escape.
Oh, we do have a replay coming up here, but
Oh, we do, yes. We are seeing the Baron going over to York here on this replay.
very good job by you.
All right, guys. Officially, our replay system is working again. And
we will try to bring you guys multiple instances of beautiful League of Legends as they come on the screen, but it's harder than it sounds. So, as we get into lane formations here, they are in a five-man bot half of the map situation. This tells me they are prioritizing the Drake. They don't have TP on Aatrox, so it's not like you want to put him top lane. You want to group the boys together. Look for this fourth Drake so that KSU cannot even sniff their soul.
well, we got soul sniffing going on out here.
Not for KSU if you're a York fan.
No, definitely not.
So we'll have to see.
So right here we see teams just setting up for this dragon, trying to clear vision. But it does look like York has the control here.
Yeah, and if you're KSU, you can give this Drake, and it's kind of no big deal. It's one Ocean, and if you contest it, you're fighting in a Baron buff. You see Ornn is top lane. His TP's coming up soon, but I don't think you want to use that cooldown for this.
They're giving it up. We see Jarvan in the top side jungle as well. They know, like you said, with the Baron buff up, not really willing to jump into that and take the 5v5 fight.
And I think straight Poner 12 needs to put this game on his back for Kent State. That looks to me to be their only option here. We kind of are seeing the worst case situation play out. I wouldn't say Lucian is far behind. I just would say the game state is not ideal for Lucian Pantheon right now, right in this moment. I have seen Lucians get to 3-4 items and, really outplay.
Get that power spike on his damage. So
yeah, it's
we'll
just not an ideal game state. But the one thing they have going for them, the longer the game goes, is the Cassiopeia Ornn interaction. If you buff a Cassiopeia item, and it's a death cap and it's her 4th item, that champion will 2-tap anybody, heal lots while she does it, and we know this guy Straight Poner knows how to use that Seraph Shield. So if we see some insane plays from him, I think Kent State can easily come back.
Yeah. So
Set
we did
flash.
see a. Oh.
Will misses E. Lucian should be able to. He heals. Can he not just dash? He needs to auto a bit to get his dash cooldown back. Oh, and Oriole comes through before.
Not much you could do with that Oriole. She said, I just want to secure the kill. We know the team is on the way.
Yep, we see a re-engage. The Jarvan Ornn combo coming in. Watch Cassiopeia as she DPSs the Jhin who gets knocked up. He goes down. She will also look on the Janna. Watch Cassiopeia here DPSing the team down. Third focus might be Aatrox as he will be a menace. She's kiting around. Going on in the set will take him down. 4th is going to be Orianna.
And, I mean...
Yeah, really
exactly
nice.
what you were talking about.
Really
We
nice from
needed
Cassiopeia.
straight Poner 12 there to come out, have a fight like that, and make the play for this team in this scenario. So let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, so... Oh, as this comes up, keep your eyes on Cassiopeia here. Her damage is insane. And the knockups they got on Jhin Janna, it's because they're immobile. If those champions are Ezreal Braum, it's a different story. But if it's Jhin Janna and your Cassiopeia can get in DPS range, it's not going to be a great fight for you. Champions like Aatrox and Set don't have much to offer unless they're setting up their carries themselves. And, just dominance from Straight Poner 12 here. Putting Kent State on his back and actually making this a game now. I'd say it's pretty even at this point.
Definitely. So red buff going over to Laser King here. What are the play? What does this team want to do right now to keep this win going? They are up roughly 3k gold. They're up a tower. We are even in Dragons. No more Baron buff. What are they trying to do? Keep control of the map? Take towers?
Yeah, so what they want to do is they want to play 5v5 at objectives in the river where you can see everybody and not in the jungle where, Pantheon can kind of sneak up on you. Yeah, exactly.
The Pantheon stun or the Cassiopeia ult.
Because if you can keep account of Ornn ult, Jarvan ult, if those champions are in front of your 5-man unit, they're not as lethal to your backline. And a lot of success here for York is going to come from the, their carries. Obviously, Jhin and Orianna. If those champions can, do what those champs like to do, then they can easily win this. I think the game is even. They're actually up 4K. So I think just go back to your Drake strategy. Play Drake, play Baron, and play 5v5. No funny business from the Pantheon. Don't let the Ornn and the Jarvan stack ultis. And really pay attention to your positioning if you're Laser King and your flash is down, too.
Mm-hmm. So let me take 1 minute here. I'm going to get us up the tab so we can get some eyes on objective timers here, so we'll know when Baron is coming up.
Yeah, thank you for that. We see Baron up in about 3 seconds. So let's see this 1v1 situation. Luigi Smash with a nice dodge on the first Q. Will trade ultis on each other, but I think Cassiopeia just wins this. Will flash. Aatrox tags her. I think Aatrox kills her there, so 1 for 1. And now we have 2v1 situation here. Can Chicken Delivery deliver the chicken? We'll have
I don't
to
think
see.
he can. I think the
They disengage at 2v1. And now we see a 3-man gang onto the Pantheon. He's going to kite back to his team. Set ulti goes down, so they will get that kill. Lucian, really nice damage, can trade back on Jhin, and Janna might go down right here as well. That she will, so double kill for the Lucian. Chicken Delivery wins this in about 10 minutes if they
we just see
it.
the meatball fight going on down here. Not much you can do about that Ornn
He'll
at this
just
point.
walk away and say, okay. But 2 for 3, man.
So let's see if I caught the end of that fight with this replay here and take a quick look. Unfortunately, on my end, I look like I missed it. But what a play coming out on the side of York, picking up a few kills. We did see Cass and Pantheon falling. What was that, a 2 for 2?
It was a 2 for 3, but Kent State actually wins the play in my opinion. They get that Drake and the Lucian. What did he triple kill? He got at least a double kill. Pretty heroic play by Condorex there. Instead of running away the direction he was going, he actually face tanked the 3-man, got set ulti out, and opened up a situation for his Lucian to get onto the Jhin. Right? And then we see Jhin blow his flash. And where were they? They were in a jungle quadrant. I don't think if you're Jhin Janna, you should be playing like skirmishes in jungle. You need to be playing 5v5 in river, where you can be escorted by your Aatrox and Set to the river safely, where you can line up a 5v5, clear out some vision so you don't get flanked too bad, and start shooting people 4 times at a time. But we see York lining up 5 mid here. I think the play is Baron for everybody, but who's going to side lane? We see Cassiopeia walking down through bot.
We did miss it on the commentary, but we did see KSU picking up another Ocean Drake. There will be another Ocean Drake up in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, so that Drake's soul for KSU, and that would maybe just make Jhin like completely negligible. I want to say if you have Ocean Soul, you have 2 main tanks. Cassiopeia randomly tanky. Jhin not the best at dealing with champions like Ornn and Jarvan. If they get Ocean Soul, I actually don't see a way for York to DPS them. So despite the gold lead of 2K, it's not much at 33 minutes. I actually like KSU here, the way they've been playing, pulling the trigger. But it's on. We see York just starting Baron. I think they know they need to break the game open like right now.
You see the TP coming out from Cassiopeia.
Yep, so they at least get TP here. So they could peel off Baron here and accept that as a bit of a win. Or they could stack 5. Ornn ulti will hit 2. Front to back, Jarvan EQ will hit 2. We see the front to back going the way of Kent State by a landslide. Aatrox and Jhin are going to kite away, and you know what? Kent State's just going to probably turn and get Baron.
Right now, hit that Baron. You can't waste that time chasing. And what a play. I mean, we saw that coming out from the side of KSU, like a huge landslide. We had the Cassiopeia come all. Ori, I mean, she pretty much got taken down immediately.
Yeah.
So while they're finishing off this Baron, let's take a look at that play.
Yeah, so eyes on just the front-to-back execution from Ornn and Jarvan here. Nope. Yeah, here it is. Okay, because the red team of York was 5-stacked, the abilities like the Jarvan EQ, the Ornn ulti, get a lot of value there, and they weren't properly set up to counter-engage, to counter-punch whatsoever. So really well executed by Kent State to go ahead and pull the trigger there. Get themselves a Baron. And I think if you're Kent State, you want to break the base with this Baron. It's 34 minutes. It's about time to win the game. But they have the luxury of falling back on Soul if anything goes wrong for the next minute 30. And you know what? They might even take this minute 30 to take over that blue quadrant. That way it's dangerous for York to even walk into the jungle to contest the Drake. So all the eggs in the Kent State basket. And I really got to give these guys credit for getting themselves back in the game when I almost counted them completely out because of the
way the game
Lucian
started.
Pantheon scaling and the way they fell behind. Yeah. And you know, the wave clear for York here we see is not the best. Oriana is just fine. Jin I don't like.
We do see Set looking like he's trying to look for an opening.
Yeah, here comes the engage. We see, Jarvan with a really nice 3-man. I wonder if that will get followed up or if he just gets gibbed. But red team, pretty group. Oriana, Shockwave will get to the backline as Chicken Delivery will flash Q on Lucian, takes him out. And this looks like a
showing
red
up right
fight.
now.
Yeah, eyes on Cassiopeia. If she could DPS here, she could turn the fight. But we see Aatrox with another round of cooldowns will take out Cassiopeia, and red team just wins this. York just wins the fight outright off of the back of the engage from the H. It was a bit of a Aatrox
So I
rundown.
think they saw that Cassiopeia was not there. This was their opportunity. Set decided, okay, I'm going in. They started making the play. Aatrox coming from the river, getting the Wombo combo down. Like you said, a great ult coming out from Jarvan, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to stall for Cassiopeia to get there in time for the damage, and they end up falling to York. York looks like they are going to get a lot out of this, at least minimum inhib, but if I'm York, I'm... they might pack off here, looking for the dragon. Take this Ocean Drake, making sure that KSU does not get that as their 4th dragon.
Can you imagine 36 minutes and we're going to have 3-3 Drakes and like 2K gold disparity in the first game
Against two pretty powerful looking teams
definitely.
here.
Two of our best teams.
Let's see if I can pull up this replay
in the league.
here and we can take a look at that fight and how it played out.
Yeah, so the fact that Cassiopeia is late to this is basically why they lost. I'm not exactly sure what she was doing or why, like how this play sort of unfolded, but you see her arrive late with her ulti, and Aatrox is able to just, keep her in check. And if she's not, if she has to be kiting Aatrox and is not DPSing, it's just a different looking fight for Kent State. So they need to remember that in the future. As they engage, with the Jarvan with a nice 2-man ulti, Oriana Shockwave will sort of disengage that as Pantheon might almost go down. Front-to-back situation, York, I think, wins this out. Oriana's consistent damage showing there that she can, at 4 items, chunk really hard.
Yeah,
even
what do you think there?
frontliners.
I mean, I think that maybe... Do you think that they, thought they saw the opening there, or was that a little bit of a desperado play to try and to fight there?
Yeah, I would say it's a bit of a desperado. I think why fight them under their turret in this situation when you can... I think what matters most for Kent is Cassiopeia, and that's not a play Cassiopeia wants her teammates to make, I think, in that exact situation. So, York looking to close the game out. I'm watching Delivery Man here. Lucian not the best champion in this situation. And Chicken Delivery is just a big presence in situations like this. It's a 5v3. I think they look to close it out. We see Delivery Man kiting to the best of his ability. Will actually trade for Jin, but Nexus is being focused, and it will go down. York University starting out with a dub here. We'll go 1-0.